today. There's an ordinary world, somehow I have to find. And as I try to make my way to the ordinary world, I will learn to survive.
Please specify a project. Please specify a project. Clouds approaching. Please specify a project. Please select a mission. Mission accepted. Deploying.
Is to rescue a prisoner being held at Carte Palace. He's known as Malak, angel to his fellow Mujahideen. Start by checking the target's VI on your iDroid. The Soviets captured him and took him to the ruins of the palace. His family was subsequently killed in an airstrike on his village. The Soviets' scorched earth operation wiped it off the map. The client is none other than his father. Or rather, this was his father's dying wish. If you can manage to rescue other prisoners as well, each one will add a bonus to our pay. When you see them, I'm sure your conscience will tell you what to do.
Be careful down there, boss.
presence detected. The map has been updated.
Lamar Kate Palace. The target should be somewhere at that outpost.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. You have arrived at your destination. Analysis complete.
Все до последнего. Слепых зон не больше, чем я думал. Теперь можно ли на эти камеры положиться?
Ну, я не знаю, можно ли хоть на что-нибудь положиться. Но с ними мы можем вычислить за периметром.
Верно? Знаем, пока своими глазами не посмотрим на картину.
Analysis
Да, надо
complete.
посмотреть. Ладно, я пошел.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Knew where the target is. The target Malak was sent to a different outpost. I've sent the information to your map screen. You're gonna need more information to pinpoint a location.
The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Marker placed. Complete.
Капец, это mise-2. У нас труп. Противник где-то близко. Mise-2, что случилось? Ответьте.
Destroyed their anti-air radar? It wasn't one of the targets, but that's put a hole in their air surveillance. The chopper will be able to get in close now. You can designate a landing zone near the outpost.
Это КП, понял. Немедленно все осмотрите. Конец связи.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added. Please specify a project. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Guard post captured.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
The map has been updated. Clouds approaching.
Yaha oversupply outpost. It's within the target's predicted field of movement, but it's heavily guarded. You sure you want to go in on just a hunch?
The map has been up. Supplies requested. Enemy presence detected. The map supply drop complete. The map has been updated. Analysis complete.
Что произошло в деревне? Ведь должен нас вот.
Analysis complete.
Посмотри! Какого? Урод! Огонь! Огонь!
Extraction failed. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
There, that's the target. Badly wounded. We can rule out a full extraction. We'll just have to do it by chopper.
Please
Call the chopper from your iDroid boss.
requested.
Then carry the target to it.
The map has been updated.
Капель, это mise-2. Потерял противника из вида. Ищу последние точки соприкосновения. Прием! Это КП, понял. Обследуйте сектор. Но осторожно, конец связи.
The target's safety is your top priority. Eliminate the threat.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Target extracted. Exfiltrate the hot zone, boss.
Gaining altitude. Departing.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
All right, mission complete, boss. Boss, that target you extracted, Malik, is saying that he's never heard of our client. What's more, he says his village was destroyed long before he was ever taken prisoner. Apparently it fell victim to some sort of disease, then was completely burned to the ground. Malik was out on a mission at the time, and that's the reason why he alone survived. But the question is, who hired us to find him? According to Malik, he saw strange soldiers snooping around the village when he got back. Turns out they were members of Cypher's strike force XOF. My theory is they wanted to get their hands on Malik to question or silence him before the Soviets could get to him. Cypher was just using us to cover things up. All that crap about Malik's relative was a front to convince us to retrieve him. But an entire colony just wiped off the map. It sounds a lot like the Hamid during the Honeybee incident. All I know, boss, is there's no way in hell I'm handing Malik over to Cypher. I've decided to bring him back to Mother Base instead. He's one of us now. We told the client through a cutout that the target was killed. For some reason, though, they still paid us everything we were owed. Cypher's obviously up to something, and this is probably just another preemptive cleanup operation to them. But to Malik, he lost his village, his family, everything, and he wants his revenge. In other words, he's one of us.
Side ops list
Boss,
updated.
the scientist Emmerich wants us to find him so he can defect. He should be inside Serac power plant.
Object.
Make contact with him.
Please specify a project. Plant expansion complete. Unit function added. Please specify a project. Please specify a project. Development project has been added.
Those gorillas. I had the R&D team at Diamond Dog. Ocelot said the number of private forces is increasing, and they've modeled themselves after us. They're a far cry from the likes of us. But why? 9 years ago we made enemies of the world as a nuclear-equipped force, independent of ideology or state. Yes. Sooner or later the real UN would have stepped in. So why are they giving these PFs free rein? That's our fault too. What do you mean? What happened 9 years ago was a real problem for a lot of people. An organization as big as ours, with our facilities, was wiped off the map. Not an easy thing to hide. But if our existence came to light, so would the names of our clients. We had contracts all over, east and west, from superpowers to banana republics, the lot. Our clients denied all association with the likes of us. They had to make sure things didn't blow up on them. But at the same time, they missed us. They really missed us. The demand for armies for hire was as strong as ever. The international community turned a blind eye to what happened to us, despite still needing people who could do our jobs. History couldn't afford to lose us. As soon as we were gone, they needed a replacement. So private forces spread everywhere. And they're all just a phone call away. But still. I know. PFs are totally different from what we envisioned. Nation-states, revolutionaries, terrorists, they have a lot of clients, and Cypher is one of them. Cypher stays anonymous, but I know their work when I see it. In the eyes of those clients, the world's PFs are all just expendable pawns. The clients don't have to worry about losing their own men. Nobody knows they're involved, and PFs are cheap. In short, the world is chewing up soldiers and spitting them out. Even some of the old Mother Base's survivors are still working for PFs. Some guys created their own smaller forces. Others were taken on by emerging PFs. Everybody's gone their separate ways. But none of them are living their dream, because they're not fighting with you. Of course, I tried to headhunt as many of them as I could for Diamond Dogs. It was all a waste of time. They said they weren't interested without you to lead them, but now you're back. And everything's gonna change. We'll unite all private forces under you, transcending nations and economies. What is a nation? Just a patch of dirt. The bonds among us will surpass nations, and that's what'll put the world under our control. We'll establish a new kind of country, redefine the very concept of it. Even Cypher will be below us, an extraterritorial federation of military nations. The United States of Force. Once word of Boss's return starts traveling, that'll be our true deterrent against Cypher. In other words, no one will dare to come gunning for you. How do you figure? Cypher lacks a large-scale fighting force. PFs are the perfect tool for them. But those PFs revere you, the legendary Big Boss. If Cypher killed you now, they wouldn't take it lying down. Maybe they'd even go looking for revenge, but they definitely wouldn't keep doing Cypher's dirty work, even if it put their lives at stake. That's why it's no longer a benefit to Cypher to get rid of you. The very fact that you're alive is our greatest defense against Cypher.
Nice to know. It'll buy us some time while we get back to full strength.
Just keep in mind that what I'm saying is generalizing a lot. In practice, the PFs around the world don't know your face. Just declaring that you're big boss won't be enough to convince them. And if they see you as an enemy, they'll come at you with everything they've got.
Some hero.
That's why you need to bring them back to Mother Base. Show them on your terms that you really are the one and only big boss. Once you've proven that, they won't hesitate to join us. We were lucky to get our hands on that cyborg arm developer. There's no one in Diamond Dogs who can so much as maintain that thing.
Bionic arm, not cyborg, if you go by what he calls it. But you're right, the East is light years ahead in bionics. They can even detect through the skin the slight electrical signals from the brain that order muscles to move. The Soviet Union completed their first bionic arm capable of doing that back in the 60s. Although I guess that news didn't really reach the West.
No kidding. Zadorov's was the only one I ever saw. Quite a shock to see it for the first time.
And it was no mean feat to get hold of Snake's arm. I couldn't get one for you at the time, but you know, now...
Forget it. I've no intention of relying on bionics. Right now I need to keep the pain fresh in my mind.
Well, it's your decision. But don't you find it... inconvenient?
Not a bit. But the phantom pain... it never lets up. Do you know how many men I saw die that day? There's nothing we can do to bring them back. And you expect me to care about getting a measly arm and leg back? Sorry. But my pain belongs to all our dead comrades. I'll keep living with it for their sake. It'll guide me straight and true until I've gotten them the vengeance they deserve.
Will clear shortly.
Diamond Dog's intel team specializes in information gathering, mainly HUMINT and SIGINT. They plant scouts and moles in the field. These operatives will blend into the local populace and work under the guise of a resident, or disguise themselves as travelers and ask around for information. They observe targets using various hidden bugs, cameras, and transmitters, and by tapping their satellite and phone communications. Analyzing all this information creates a clear picture of how wars and the PFs fighting them are changing. This data can also be used for threat assessment when deciding whether to accept contracts from certain clients. And during missions, the intel team keeps track of target locations and produces FOM predictions, reporting mission-critical information based on real-time remote observation of changes in the AO. What you hear from us over the radio is based on how we interpret the data gathered at the command platform. However, intel team operatives go unarmed in almost all situations to avoid revealing themselves to the enemy. Some will carry a knife, but most have nothing at all. As such, don't expect them to help you take on heavily armed adversaries like PF soldiers. Think of them as entirely passive in the hot zone. Plus, they use all manner of techniques to remain inconspicuous in the field. If you ever spot one, you'll have some serious explaining to do. So remember, their specialty is espionage. They may not be of use in a firefight, but when it comes to intel, they're pros.
Please select a landing zone. Deploying. Specify a project.
Be careful down there, boss.
Analysis
That's the
complete.
target.
Analysis complete. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. You have arrived at your destination.
Talk. Spit it out.
Where are the others?
The map has been updated. The map has been updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Side ops list.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Please select a landing zone. Support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
Gaining altitude. Departing.
Please select a landing zone. Deploying. Analysis.
That's the target.
Development complete. Enemy prism detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Guard post captured. The map has been updated.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Development complete. Analysis complete. Analysis.
You gotta extract him.
Taze hoje, olha.
Please Side landings aside
Roger.
updated. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Requested. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Marker placed.
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Good job.
Gaining altitude. Departing.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Please specify a project. Please select a mission. Please select a landing zone. Deploying. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Guard post captured. The map has been updated.
He's coming too. Roger that. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Side ops list updated. Please select a landing zone. A support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
Support helicopter has arrived. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.